So what did you find?
Well, we found a lot. We have identified some very, very interesting, anomalous type of aircraft, let's call them aircraft, is a potential threat to national security.
No matter what you believe, it's clear that interest in UFOs and aliens is at an all-time high. More UFOs are being seen every week around the globe. As a result, governments around the world are creating special teams to monitor the increasing UFO activity. This increase follows the UAP Disclosure Act of 2023, which mandates that the US government release UFO information within 25 years. The US military is making portable UFO detection kits to help its personnel quickly collect important data when spotted. Could this mean we're not alone in this universe? Join us as we unravel some of the unexplainable UFO sightings caught on camera that you won't believe. Number 15. UFO sighting by Colombian pilot. On the 4th of May 2023, something extraordinary happened in the skies over Antiochia, Colombia. A pilot was flying his Cessna T303 Crusader, enjoying what he thought would be a routine flight. However, what he encountered was far from ordinary. Initially, the object seemed to be floating in the air, completely stationary. It didn't look like anything the pilot had seen before. As he flew closer, the object suddenly moved in their direction, which was quite alarming. Feeling a mix of curiosity and concern, the pilot decided to maneuver his plane to get a better look and began filming the strange object. To his surprise, as he started recording, the unidentified aerial phenomenon, UAP, moved towards his plane again. This unexpected movement was startling, prompting the pilot to quickly take action to avoid a potential collision. The pilot managed to steer his plane away from the object. He described the object as something completely unfamiliar. It wasn't a balloon, a drone, or any type of aircraft he recognized. This sighting wasn't an isolated incident. Similar spherical objects have been reported in various parts of the world, adding to the mystery. After the encounter, the pilot shared his experience widely, hoping to find answers and hear from others who might have seen something similar. His story captured the attention of both skeptics and believers, sparking discussions about the nature of these UAPs. Some people speculate that these objects could be advanced military technology being tested secretly. Others believe they might be of extraterrestrial origin, visiting Earth from distant worlds. Scientists and researchers are also interested in these sightings. They argue that studying these UAPs could lead to discoveries about our atmosphere, physics, or even the potential for life beyond our planet. The pilot's encounter in Colombia adds valuable data to this ongoing investigation, providing another piece of the puzzle. Number 14. Jellyfish UFO in Iraq. On January 10, 2024, two brave investigators, Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp, shared an extraordinary discovery with the world: a gripping footage of a jellyfish UFO captured in 2018. This footage depicted a mysterious event at a United States Joint Operations Base in Iraq. The event centered around an object referred to as a UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon. This particular UAP earned the nickname Jellyfish UFO due to its striking resemblance to the aquatic creature. The footage, obtained by Jeremy Corbell, showcased the UAP's surreal appearance and behavior. What made this encounter even more confusing was the UAP's ability to avoid detection. Despite the advanced technology of a US military drone tasked with monitoring it, the jellyfish UFO seemed to outsmart all attempts at tracking. The drone, equipped with thermal vision, capable of pinpointing targets from incredible distances, struggled to lock onto the UAP. It appeared that the UAP possessed technology beyond human understanding, actively obstructing attempts at surveillance. One of the most astonishing aspects of the encounter was the UAP's adaptive behavior. It seemed acutely aware of being monitored for its heat signature and promptly adjusted its temperature to run away from detection. After lingering above the US Army base for a considerable period, the UAP embarked on a daring maneuver. Speculation ran rampant regarding the purpose of this UAP. The UAP exhibited astonishing speed before vanishing into the sky. Its sudden departure left military officials baffled, with no explanation for its actions or intentions. In the aftermath of this extraordinary event, the US military found themselves grappling with uncertainty. Despite their advanced technology and expertise, they remained powerless in the face of the unknown. And if this UAP sighting was intriguing, wait till you see what comes next. Number 13. Ukrainian soldiers' terrifying UFO encounter. Recently, Russian President Vladimir Putin made a very alarming statement. He said that he would consider using nuclear weapons if NATO troops were deployed to fight against Russia alongside Ukraine. This terrifying nuclear threat by Putin created a tense atmosphere. Not long after this declaration, something very strange and unexpected happened. Ukrainian soldiers reported seeing a UFO. This sighting was particularly unusual because it occurred in a war zone, a rare event for UFO sightings which are more commonly reported above cities or over mountains. This was the second time a UFO had been spotted in such a setting. The footage that captured this moment showed Ukrainian soldiers from the 406th Battalion who were stunned and terrified. However, what they saw was not a Russian aircraft. It was a disc-shaped object that remained completely still, floating in the air. This sight baffled the Ukrainian soldiers, who could be heard swearing in Russian out of sheer fear and confusion, unable to grasp what they had just witnessed. The chilling footage was recorded by a heat vision quadcopter drone used by the Ukrainian armed forces. The hovering object bore a striking resemblance to another peculiar sighting known as the Baghdad Phantom. This was a skinny, cylindrical object spotted above Iraq in May 2022, captured by the infrared heat camera of a US Air Force Reaper drone. The resemblance between these two sightings added to the intrigue and confusion among military personnel. The fact that this UFO was captured on a heat vision drone added a technological layer to the mystery. This sighting, along with the earlier sighting of the Baghdad Phantom, raises intriguing questions about the presence of unexplained phenomena in conflict zones. The soldiers' experience adds to the growing body of reports and footage that suggest the presence of unidentified flying objects in our skies. Number 12. UFO sighting. In the Middle East. In April 2023, the US Department of Defense made headlines by releasing a previously classified video. This intriguing footage, captured in the Middle East, has its exact location shrouded in mystery. The video, recorded by a military drone on July 12, 2022, shows a silver, orb-like object moving across the drone's sensor field. This unidentified object moves in a straight line before suddenly turning to the right. This maneuver occurred just as the military drone attempted to lock onto its position, suggesting that the object possessed highly advanced technology. Remarkably, this sophisticated technology allowed the object to detect and avoid the drone without any physical contact. Throughout the video, the drone's sensors were unable to maintain a focus on the object, which continuously dodged detection. What made this sighting so extraordinary was the object's apparent ability to detect the drone's tracking attempts. It seemed to be aware of the drone's presence, adjusting its course to avoid being captured by the sensors. Despite the advanced technology of the military drone, it couldn't keep up with the agile movements of the unidentified object. This left military experts baffled, as they couldn't explain how the object was able to outmaneuver their sophisticated equipment. 1 year later, the mystery deepened when NASA stepped into the spotlight. In a press conference held in June 2023, NASA officials discussed the unusual sighting. They revealed that they were working closely with the Pentagon to understand what exactly had been seen in the Middle East. But the intrigue doesn't end there. This wasn't the first time that military personnel had encountered such a phenomenon. There have been multiple reports of similar metallic spheres, each sighting as puzzling as the last. These objects have been seen flying near military bases, during training exercises, and even in combat zones. Each time, they displayed remarkable agility and advanced technology, evading capture and leaving experts scratching their heads. Number 11. U.S. Navy sighting of triangular-shaped UFO. In 2019, a weird thing in the sky was recorded by U.S. Navy members on the destroyer USS Russell, using a special camera for seeing in the dark. Later in 2021, Jeremy Corbell leaked the recording. The footage caused a big reaction, especially because in a secret government meeting, they said the triangle thing in the video wasn't from the US or any other country or company that's known. People guessed it might be a better version of the Northrop Grumman B-2 Spirit, which the US military might have been trying out. But what surprised the military personnel who recorded the video was how the UFO moved in ways that don't make sense for normal airplanes. Also, in 2020, the United Nations formed a group called the Aerial Phenomena Task Force to find out about and study things like this. But even with their work, they couldn't say for sure what the thing in the recording was or where it came from. The recording got people talking again about UFOs and if aliens could be visiting. Some wondered if governments were hiding information about this and wanted them to be more open and look into it more. As people kept wondering about the triangle UFO, it became a big topic for both people who believe in conspiracy theories and scientists. They looked at past stories of things like this. Some people who don't believe in UFOs said the thing in the recording might just be something normal that got seen wrong, or maybe it's secret military stuff. But others who think aliens could be behind it said there's no normal reason for how it moved and looked. Since there's no clear proof, the leaked recording just made people more curious about what's out there, and it keeps being a big topic for both people who study this stuff seriously and regular folks who are just interested. And as technology gets better, we might get closer to figuring out these mysteries about things we see in the sky. Number 10. UFOs spotted in Sunrise, Florida. This footage was captured at nighttime by a doorbell camera in Sunrise, Florida, back in 2023. In the footage, 3 unidentified flying objects, UFOs, which are often associated with unknown or extraterrestrial origins, can be observed moving in a formation resembling an equilateral triangle. Maintaining such an exact formation while traveling at high speeds would be extremely challenging for any known aircraft. As the footage progresses, the UFOs eventually separate, each heading in a different direction. Another eyewitness, located in a separate part of Florida, also recorded similar footage of the same event. This additional recording lends credibility to the sighting, indicating that multiple people witnessed the phenomenon. Upon closer examination of the footage, it becomes clear that the 3 UFOs are not connected as one singular craft with 3 lights at its edges, as initially understood. Instead, they begin to move independently, each following its path in an organized manner. This arranged movement, reminiscent of drone air shows, suggests a level of precision and coordination beyond conventional aircraft capabilities. However, the size and brightness of the UFOs suggest that they are not typical drones. Drones capable of producing such bright lights from high altitudes would need to be exceptionally large, approaching the size of airplanes. Despite the detailed footage, residents of Florida remain puzzled by the event, unable to determine the nature or origin of the UFOs. This mysterious sighting adds to the ongoing debate surrounding unidentified aerial phenomena. Number 9. UFO filmed in Chile. In 1997, the government of Chile officially formed a committee to study strange things that happen in the sky. This committee was made to look at all the stories about weird flying objects told by pilots who fly planes, helicopters, or other aircraft, whether they are working for the military, businesses, or just regular people. One of the incidents that got a lot of attention happened in 2014. Some officers from the Chilean Navy were flying in a helicopter along the coast of Santiago. While they were up in the air, they saw something they couldn't explain. It was so surprising and puzzling that they didn't know what to think. They were about 4,500 feet above the ground, and for 9 whole minutes, they kept recording this strange thing in the sky. At first, it looked like a long rocket moving sideways. But as they watched, the front part of it moved forward, leaving behind a long, flat part. Even after looking at the recordings for 2 years, the Chilean military still couldn't figure out what this strange thing was. And even after all that time, even after studying the recordings for years, the military still couldn't figure it out. It's like a real-life mystery that nobody can solve. Some people might say it was a UFO, which stands for Unidentified Flying Object. But even that doesn't explain anything. Number 8. Moscow's UFO revelation. In 2019, in Moscow, Russia, a photographer was capturing images of the full moon over the city. While adjusting his equipment to focus, he noticed something extraordinary: 3 circular objects moving near the moon's surface. As he continued to observe, more circular UFOs appeared, moving in unison from left to right. It was as if a whole fleet of UFOs was on a mission over the moon. This sighting didn't just happen on Earth. It occurred on our natural satellite, the moon, adding to the mystery and intrigue. Some people speculate that the moon is more than just a celestial body. They believe it might be an alien base. The footage captured by the Russian photographer only fueled these theories. The photographer, initially spellbound by what he saw, attempted to refocus his equipment to get a clearer view. To his surprise, the number of UFOs increased, reinforcing the idea that something truly unusual was happening. These unidentified flying objects seemed to be coordinated in their movements. Despite efforts by analysts, the nature of these circular lunar objects remains a mystery. Their purpose, origin, and composition are still unknown. The sighting raised more questions than answers, leaving experts baffled and intrigued. What makes this sighting even more compelling is that it's not an isolated incident. Reports of similar sightings have emerged from other parts of the world, including South America. One of these alien spheres allegedly made its way to South America, adding to the global fascination with the phenomenon. The mystery of the Moscow UFO activity extends beyond Earth's atmosphere, reaching into the depths of space itself. The idea that the moon, our closest cosmic neighbor, could be harboring extraterrestrial secrets only adds to the sense of wonder and curiosity about the universe. As technology advances and more people turn their attention to the skies, perhaps one day we'll uncover the truth behind these lunar visitors. Number 7. Commercial pilot spots UFO. In February 2020, while flying over Colombia at a staggering height of about 30,000 feet, a commercial pilot aboard an Airbus A320 encountered something extraordinary. This wasn't just any pilot. This was an individual with a keen eye and a smartphone ready to capture the breathtaking view from above. Little did they know that what they were about to witness would become one of the most compelling pieces of evidence in the realm of unidentified flying objects, UFOs. As the pilot looked out into the vast expanse below, their attention was drawn to an unusual sight: a metallic cube with sharp edges, gracefully gliding through the air in a straight trajectory. This wasn't your ordinary weather balloon drifting lazily from side to side. No, this object was different. It moved with purpose, as if driven by some unseen force, a force perhaps generated by a powerful engine concealed within its structure. Fast forward to 2018, over the expansive waters of the Atlantic Ocean, a similar sighting was reported by a U.S. fighter pilot. At an even greater altitude of 35,000 feet, this unidentified flying object made its presence known, leaving those who witnessed it perplexed and intrigued. Its resemblance to the metallic cube observed by the Colombian pilot 2 years later was uncanny, sparking speculation and curiosity across the globe. Now the question begs to be asked, what are these mysterious objects? Are they extraterrestrial spacecraft boldly venturing into our airspace from distant corners of the cosmos? Or are they merely advanced probes deployed by an unknown entity to survey and monitor our planet from above? The truth remains unknown, covered in secrecy and uncertainty. Despite the efforts of both the US and Colombian military, these strange flying objects continue to evade identification and classification. Each sighting only deepens the mystery, fueling endless speculation and debate among experts and enthusiasts alike. Number 6. UFO in California. In 2004, while flying normally along the California coast, a US Navy pilot saw something very strange on his radar. At first, he thought there might be a problem with his equipment, but as time went on, he realized he was watching a flying object unlike anything he'd ever seen before. This object, shaped like an egg and eerily still, didn't follow the normal rules of how things move as it hovered in the sky. Confused by what he saw, the pilot quickly told the Department of Defense about it. For many years, the Pentagon kept the video hidden, saying it was top secret. It wasn't until April 2020 that the public saw the video, along with 2 others that were also secret. The pilot's story, along with the videos, got a lot of people interested and talking. They wanted to know, what was that thing the Navy pilot saw? Was it a secret military project, a new kind of plane, or something else? This wasn't the only time something like this happened. In recent years, there have been many reports of strange things in the sky seen by military members. One sighting even made a tough US military person jump up in surprise. When the secret videos came out, lots of questions and arguments started. Some people thought the sightings were proof that aliens were visiting us, while others weren't so sure, saying it might just be mistaken with cameras or computers. Number 5. Rectangular UFO in the sky. On a sunny day with clear, bright blue skies, something strange appeared in the sky. Witnesses saw a long, rectangular object that gave off an unusual light. This mysterious UFO was visible to the naked eye, traveling eastward at a height of about 15,000 to 20,000 feet. The object shone brightly, although it was unclear whether the light was coming from the object itself or if it was reflecting sunlight. What made this sighting particularly interesting was the object's odd behavior. The lights on the UFO flashed on and off, causing the object to briefly disappear before reappearing in the bright sky. This strange pattern of disappearing and reappearing left many onlookers surprised and confused. Adding another twist to the story, a Eurofighter Typhoon jet, which was part of an air show, was seen flying from north to south. This jet, flying at a much lower height than the unidentified object, provided an interesting contrast and context to the encounter. The possibility of alien life is still a hotly debated topic. However, sightings like this one offer interesting clues to the mystery. As people from all around the world continue to share their own stories and proof of such encounters, it becomes clear that the sky, in all its vastness, still holds many secrets waiting to be discovered. For many people, the idea of alien life is both exciting and frightening. The thought that we might not be alone in the universe sparks curiosity and imagination. While doubters argue that there are often logical explanations for such sightings, UFO fans believe these events could be signs of intelligent life beyond Earth. Number 4. UFO in Minnesota. In the town of Bemidji, Minnesota, something strange happened on November 13, 2023, that left officials puzzled. It all started with a sudden bright light and a loud noise, surprising everyone. At first, people thought it might be a big rock falling from the sky. But after investigating and talking to experts, including those from NASA, doubts arose. When videos of the event came out, they showed a weird sight, a long, tube-shaped object moving quickly across the Minnesota sky. Its shape was different, more flat than the usual fiery balls we see during space events. The timing of the flash and the loud noise didn't match up with what one would expect from a meteor shower. As experts looked into the mystery, a local weather expert from the Minnesota Meteorites Company shared his thoughts. With years of experience studying space stuff, he was sure that this wasn't your average falling rock from space. The guessing game got more intense as people came up with different ideas. Some wondered if it could be a piece of junk from space flying through the air, while others thought it might be something from another planet like a UFO. The mystery of the strange thing fascinated the town, getting attention from near and far. As time passed, the search for answers continued. Scientists looked at the data, studying every little detail of the event, hoping to figure out what happened. Number 3. Newport Beach UFO. On a warm summer day, August 28, 2023, something truly amazing happened at Newport Beach Pier. It was all caught on camera by Surfline, adding to the mystery. In the footage, a strange object seemed to appear from a cloud, looking like a clear sphere. It moved briefly in the sky before disappearing, leaving people watching in shock. As the video continued, more odd things were seen. Flashing lights blinked in the first few seconds, immediately catching the eye of anyone watching. What started as a normal scroll through old clips turned into a discovery of something special for the person who uploaded the video. They hadn't planned on sharing it at first, but the sheer curiosity of what they found changed their mind. This footage has become the focus of close examination. People from all over the world are studying every frame, hoping to find out the truth behind this event. Newport Beach has a history of UFO sightings going back to the 1950s, adding extra interest to this latest sighting. As experts look at the footage, many theories come up. Some believe it could be proof of alien activity, while others are doubtful, suggesting more ordinary explanations. Regardless, the pull of the unknown is strong over Newport Beach, drawing in curious minds eager to uncover the secrets in the footage. What makes this event even more interesting is the element of chance. It was a lucky encounter, caught on camera by pure luck. Had the person not been scrolling through their old clips, this amazing moment might have gone unnoticed, lost to time. But now, it's out in the open, sparking talks and debates worldwide. What happened next was even more astonishing. Number 2. Late-night incident with UFOs. One late night around 10:55 p.m., a group of friends was enjoying a relaxed evening together when something incredible happened. One of them happened to look up at the night sky and noticed an unusual orange light. This light was brighter than any star in the vast sky above. Intrigued by this sight, the person pointed it out to the others, remarking how it was completely still and had not been there moments earlier. To their surprise, the orange light began to move across the sky. As they watched in awe, a white light suddenly appeared on the left side of the sky, as if someone had turned on a switch. These two strange lights moved in opposite directions. Curiosity turned to the investigation as they checked flight trackers to see if any planes or helicopters were nearby. However, they found no signs of any aircraft in the area. The orange light continued its journey through the sky, only to vanish unexpectedly after they stopped recording it. After the orange light disappeared, a series of white lights appeared, resembling a string of pearls in the sky. These lights looked like Starlink satellites and moved swiftly across the sky before accelerating out of view. The friends were left speechless, amazed by the extraordinary events they had just witnessed. They wondered if it was a rare astronomical event, some advanced technology, or something entirely unknown. They continued to speculate and share their story with others, hoping to find an explanation for the strange phenomena. Each time they recounted the events, the sense of wonder and curiosity grew. They couldn't shake the feeling that they had witnessed something extraordinary, something that few others had seen. The orange and white lights had not only captured their attention, but had also opened their eyes to the vastness and mystery of the universe. Number 1. Unexplained light over Orangeville. In the quiet town of Orangeville, Canada, an unexpected and intriguing incident captured the attention of both locals and people far beyond the town's borders. It all began when a curious raccoon accidentally set off a security camera, leading to the recording of an unusual event. The footage revealed 9 mysterious lights moving across the night sky, sparking a wave of happiness and speculation about their origin. The video, with its clear display of the lights, has fascinated viewers and led to widespread discussions. The lights move in a way that doesn't immediately suggest a conventional explanation, prompting people to wonder about what they could be. Are they some form of advanced aircraft? Could they be drones, or perhaps something more extraordinary like UFOs? Many people analyzed the video frame by frame, hoping to find clues about the nature of these lights. Some pointed out their movement patterns, while others speculated on their possible origins, ranging from the mundane to the fantastical. The buzz around this incident also attracted the attention of experts from various fields. Astronomers, aviation specialists, and other scientists weighed in, offering their professional insights. Some experts suggested that the lights might be related to atmospheric phenomena, like ball lightning or reflections from satellites. Others considered the possibility of human-made objects, such as drones or experimental aircraft, being responsible for the spectacle. Which of these UFOs that were caught on camera do you find interesting? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.